Every day when you're walking down the street and everybody that you meet. What is up guys, I'm back in today's video. It's really hot in here, I'm taking off my jumper. It's really hot in here. In today's video we're going to be talking about TV shows we all watched as kids. I kind of still am a kid, but I'm talking like younger kids, like 8, 9, that kind of age I guess. Anyway, getting back to the video, if you remember in last week's video I said whoever recognises the music from last week's video will get a comment of the week in this week's video. In case you were unsure, the music was Salad Fingers. I don't know how people didn't get that. And Mia got there first. Well done Mia. You get comment of the week. Lifelong ambition, I bet. With that being said, here are some TV shows we all watched as kids. First one, my god, Arthur. There are many things in my life that I'm proud of. Still knowing the entire Arthur theme song to this day isn't one of them. It's like a minute long, so I'll speed this up a bit, but trust me, I know the whole thing.
Every day when you're walking down the street, and everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And they'll say, hey, hey, what a wonderful time of day. If you can learn to work and play, and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. You gotta listen to the heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message, and it comes from the heart. So believe in yourself, but that's the place to start. And I'll say, hey, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. If you can learn to work and play, and get along with each other. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey, DW. Hey, wait, what? If you're wondering what that last bit was, basically, like, he appears in the TV at the end and then, like, he falls backwards. Like, just to clear that up, like, I'm not a madman. Like, I do know what I'm kind of talking about slightly, a little bit, kind of. I'm not mentally ill. Arthur was such a good show. Do you want to know the real reason why it was good? Because they didn't treat their audience like idiot 2-year-olds. Most kids' TV shows, they just completely pander to the audience and there's, like, no level of enjoyment for anyone over the age of 4. Arthur, however, I could probably still get some enjoyment out of it now if I was to watch it. Adults could still enjoy it. Like, it is a mad show. It is a little bit weird how the kids in it are supposed to be like 8 years old and yet they just like walk around everywhere by themselves. It's just not how life is it? I still remember CBBC, 7 o'clock every morning before school, watch Arthur. If I added up all the time I spent over the years watching Arthur, it would probably add up to a couple of weeks of my life. But to be fair, I'm not really ashamed of it. Because it's such a good show. You know what another good show was? Raven. It was this show of these kids that were probably about maybe 12, but like they looked so much older to me at the time because I was like 8. They all go around this really weird land with this incredibly dodgy looking individual. Like, mate, what are you doing with that stick? After each of the challenges, they send one of the kids home and they just sort of like walk into like empty space. Like, who knows where they're going? Like, how do they know how to get home from there? And then eventually they get to the final obstacle course, which apparently is so hard that they only have a list of 4 people who have ever done it.
Many have failed. Those who have succeeded remain heroes forever.
And I bet if you watched Raven, you were that kid that came into school going, oh, I could do it, it's really easy. Please don't tell me you were that kid. To be fair though, it doesn't look that hard. Like, I can understand why some people wouldn't be able to do it, but the fact that only 4 people have ever done it, like no, it's not. The other really weird thing about it is that like each of the competitors would have like a symbol of a religion. Like, one of them had like the symbol of Muslim. Like, why do they have that? Also, why do they give them like random words as names? Like, I'm not talking about like random nouns that you'd use like day to day. I'm talking about just like a random string of letters together makes their name. Is it so that it sounds more tribal? So that it's not like, oh, James, Tom, Ben. Like, is it so that it sounds more tribal? Let me see if there are some episodes of Raven on YouTube. That'd be kind of funny.
Behind the moon. And 6 streams.
He sounds like the true Geordie. Oh wait, they aren't symbols of religion. I think the sun and crescent is one of them though. Like, Jesus, they're not old. They're like 12. The actual nostalgia watching this is unreal. Baron, Versal. Like, what are those names? I'm having way too much fun watching Raven right now. What are you doing with the stick, mate? It actually sucks that I'm too old to do this now. Like, I would have loved to have gone on this. Right, anyway, moving on now. There was this other show kind of similar to Raven. Do you remember Jungle Run? You know that thing where like the kids would run around the jungle? Yeah, you wouldn't guess, would you? They'd go around collecting like those monkey statues. Then at the end, they'd climb inside that fat guy's belly. They'd like go down the steps. And then if they don't make it out in time, they get locked in and they just get like left there forever. That is actually what I thought happened to them. No word of a lie, I got scared watching that because I thought that if you get locked in, you just get left there forever, just like left there to die. If you've ever seen Crystal Maze, it's basically a kid's version of that. You know that thing where fully grown adults like run around the building doing playground games? Yeah, that. Jungle Run was sick, like, don't lie, Jungle Run was sick. Moving on, who remembers Horrid Henry? You know that book about that kid that looks like Patrick Alford who's like really naughty? You know that thing that worked really well as a book? Well, someone had the really smart idea to change it into a TV show. And for some reason, a live action film. I still remember the day that I went to see that film. Weird. But yeah, I mean, Horrid Henry the TV show, like, since when did Patrick Olford get that rude? Funniest bit was when he'd come up with his, like, good idea and he'd go, Eureka! That's it! Horrid Henry was alright. Arthur was better in every single way though. If this video gets 100 likes, I'll change my channel to Tomgw. You know, as in like the Arthur character, DW, for 2 weeks. Final show I'm going to talk about is something that scared the living daylight out of me when I was little. Like, I'd actually go as far as to say that at the time I was watching it, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. Of course, I've seen much scarier things now, but at the time I watched it, oh my god, this was just terrifying. You're gonna laugh when you hear this now. The Sarah Jane Adventures. Man, it's so scary! That clown from the Sarah Jane Adventures. My god, how are kids expected to watch that? What about the Nightmare Man? I'm not joking, that episode about the Nightmare Man is literally a tamed down version of Nightmare on Elm Street. I still remember to this day literally having sleepless nights over the Nightmare Man. Huh, ironic that. I still remember not being able to turn and face the wall when I'm going to sleep at night because I'd be scared the Nightmare Man was behind me. But then again, can you really blame me? I was like 8 years old and I'm suddenly being exposed to like people intruding into my nightmares. Like, I'm not even joking, that's actually what it was about. You know, I bet the acting was really terrible in that. When I was younger, I didn't really critique things like the level of acting, but I bet you anything, the acting is abysmal. Anyway, guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Post your comments below, begging for comment of the week. I really don't mind it anymore. All likes and comments are very much appreciated. See you next week. Wait, let me just stop the video.